everyone, and welcome back to another episode of our behind the scenes tour of the fair. I'm Morgan, your Center County Grange Fair Queen, and today we're taking a look at the thing that makes our fair the most unique fair in the country, our tents. Now you may be wondering, Morgan, I don't see any tents. Well, you're right. Throughout the year, this is generally what our fairgrounds look like. But in the weeks throughout the summer leading up to our fair, the tents are put up, and then a little bit after they're taken down. Our fair hosts 1,000 tents here each year, and we are the only fair in the nation to have them. If you can remember from our first episode, Grange Fair actually began as a one-day Grangers picnic. Families would spend the whole day together, but back then it was a little more difficult to travel home late at night than it is for us today. So in 1885, families began to bring their own tents to the Grange picnic so that they could spend the day together, sleep overnight in their tents, and travel home safely the next morning in the daylight. Well, 2 years later, in 1887, our founder, Master Leonard Roan, decided to rent old Civil War tents from the Pennsylvania National Guard. When the fair moved to Grange Park, where we are today, our tents moved with us. Even though we don't use the same original Civil War tents, you can still see the resemblance as many of our tents are the same army green color. Here I'm standing on one of our tent spots, which by itself doesn't look very big. The spot itself is 14 by 14 feet, but an additional 4 feet can be added for a porch, and an additional 6 feet can be added for a kitchen. Some people choose to do both, like this spot right here. To anyone who's ever been inside a Grange Fair tent before, you know that as crazy as it sounds, the more stuff you put inside your tent, the bigger the tent actually seems to be. People put tables, chairs, refrigerators, sofas, recliners, beds, anything you can think of really, and they make this tent into their home for 9 days for our fair. Here's a couple fun fair facts that you might not have known about our tents before. In 1995, the very first tent decoration competition began, and it's been a tradition ever since. As you look around our tents during the fair, you may see that a few are decorated. My personal favorite last year was one that was decorated all week long in Happy Birthday. Besides our tents, Grange Park's 264 acres also host over 1,500 RVs during Fair Week. We're the largest fairgrounds in Pennsylvania, and we definitely use the space with all of our RVs and tons of parking spaces. Let's be honest, how many of you have gotten lost trying to find your car out here? Our fair not only hosts over 1,500 RVs during Fair Week, but it's used all throughout the year. From holidays to different events, and even Penn State tailgating, our fairgrounds provide plenty of opportunities for our RVs to come in. This whole summer, Grange Park has turned its grounds into a campsite. You can bring your RV or your own tents and come hang out and have some fun with your friends and family. More information on this can be found at the Center County Grange Fair website if you're interested in coming this summer. Now that this segment of our behind the scenes tour is done, you know what time it is. Last week I introduced you to our new game called Where's the Queen, in which it was your job to figure out where I was standing for what would be there normally during the week of the fair. If you guess correctly, your name gets entered into a drawing to win a very special Grange Fair Prize. Last week during our Where's the Queen segment, I stood here with headquarters across from me and Jubilee Grove on the other side. If you guessed Miller's Tropical Snow, you're right, and congratulations! And our winner for this week of those who sent in Miller's Tropical Snow is... Congratulations! I will be in contact with you on how you can get your special Grange Fair prize. Now to guess where's the Queen today. These buildings should give you a little bit of a clue as to where I'm going, and when we get to the end, you'll have to figure out. Make sure not to leave your answer in the comments below, but instead listen to the instructions I put in the description. That way you can get your name entered to win a very special Grange Fair prize, and we will announce the spot where I was standing next week and the winner. Are you ready to figure out where the Queen's at? You see all these buildings? We're going to keep on walking down, and right down here at the very end, let's see if you guys can figure this out. It's one of my favorite spots in the fair. here we are. Now, time for you to guess, where's the queen? Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I look forward to sharing more of our awesome fair with you next week.